Now I'll take you through some basic configuration that you might want to put to make your development experience even better. So with any IDE, one of the things that I love doing personally is installing a theme. So if you go to your IntelliJ preferences, you should be able to find a section here on the left called plugins. Plugins are basically just extensions to add on functionality to IntelliJ. You can also install themes through here. So I like installing the material theme UI, and I personally like picking a theme that makes it really easy for me to read the code. Another plugin that I like installing is material icons. So this changes the symbol on your files so that it reflects the type of file it is. You can see some examples in this preview here. Like for example, if you have a .doc file, then you get a Microsoft Word icon, so on and so forth. Another plugin I like installing is GitToolBox. So it helps integrate Git into your IntelliJ. So for example, you can see who has worked on the file that you're currently working on and the history of the file really easily. Okay, now that we've installed those, let's restart IntelliJ so that the changes come into effect. All right, now if we look to the left, we see that the material icons have already started applying. Now to change our theme, we can go to our preferences again, and we'll go to this appearance tab. And if you look at the themes here, we'll see that there's some new custom ones added by the material themes plugin. So for example, the one I like using is Atom 1 Dark, but you can have a look through the themes that are there. There we go. We see our IntelliJ now looks different. Next, I'll be going through some more Java specific configuration that will help you write better code. Format on save is a great setting that means whenever you save a file, it'll apply some changes to it to help clean up the code a bit. For example, you might have to remove some unnecessary blank lines or help you optimize some of your imports. Again, let's go to preferences and let's search up format on save. We want to go to this tool at the bottom called actions on save. What we want to tick is reformat code and optimize imports. Now we can come back and change this setting anytime we want if we find that it's not working out for us. I'll just click apply because I'll go through some of the other configurations that we can change here. Another setting that we can change is adding a blank line to the end of every file. This is just a convention that's typically followed. All we need to do is go to General under Editor. And if we scroll down, we will see the bottom says ensure every saved file ends with a line break. Check that. And just apply. Next, here is some Java specific code style settings you can apply. So if we go to Editor, Code Style and Java, you should be able to see a bunch of tabs and checkboxes to configure how your Java code is styled. Let's go to imports. Make sure use single class import is checked. What this means is that when we import some third library code, we ensure that we always import that specific class or file that we are using. We don't want to import the whole library if we're not using the entire thing. We also want to remove this number and this number, because these are basically saying that once we go beyond a certain number of files we're importing, we will just import the whole thing. So this is called a wildcard import, and it's denoted by this asterisk. Next, we go further down here. You see a section called packages to use import with wildcard. We don't want that, so let's just remove both of them by clicking this here. And that's all we need to do. Let's apply. Let's press OK. And there we have it. Okay, I'm just going to point out a couple bonus things for you guys. If you're ever working with multiple JDK versions, for example, one project might be on a particular version that's different to another project, you can configure that on a project basis in IntelliJ. If we go to File and we click Project Structure, you'll see that your project has this setting called SDK, and this is where you can select the JDK that you're using for this project. And that's it. I hope you found the video helpful. I'll catch you in the next one.